Whew. Oh my, another beautiful morning. The sun is actually about to start rising. I don't even know what to say this morning, except the true meaning of consciousness is actually real. So I've actually been up since about 3 o'clock. That's the time that I get up every single day. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock mainly. I like to start my day with the push-ups, the yoga, and I have this thing called a critical writing that I do to myself, where I got to ask myself a lot of questions of life. I really got to tap into my subconscious mind and truly deal with a lot of things. I deal with my own insecurity every day, and I realize it's not an insecurity, it's just an energy. So I write it down constantly. And the whole thing behind consciousness requires a lot more discipline than many think about it. It is extremely hard. As a matter of fact, I just laugh at people these days, because to be really conscious of this universe and the earth that you live in, to practice spirituality, it isn't just talk. A lot of movement is involved. And when I say the writing meaning you have to write to your brain every single day. You cannot stop. And I think the thing with a lot of us is we're not spiritually disciplined. We talk about spirituality, but to actually engulf in it requires a lot of hard work. For me, it takes losing everything to truly understand that meaning of spirituality, because when you go through financial difficulties, it turns into abundance, because at that moment you really have to speak to your mind, because everywhere you go, your insecurity is tapped upon. There's just something about not having that. If you do not truly tap into yourself and go in within yourself, it really affects you psychologically. So what I've learned how to do over these years is to truly tap into my God energy, the Orishas, the Orunmila. I truly tap into it. I laugh a lot because a lot of people are more into their money energy than the spiritual energy. And I'm just saying this with a straight face. A lot of people will never understand the true meaning of that consciousness, because the material world has taken over. And the true thing behind that is we are supposed to balance the material world with our spiritual part. And a lot of people are just not ready for that. That discipline that comes into spirituality, that discipline is just it's not something that many of us are ready to receive. It takes years of practice. I mean, it's almost like it takes 7-8 hours of your day away from you just to be in a state of mind that you call creativity or silence. I've been going to a lot of AA meetings lately, and because I'm always trying to learn everywhere. And what I've realized in those environments is, even though many say they gave up their addiction, they find another addiction to engulf with. It could be food, and in most cases it's usually food or cigarettes. So what I've actually learned on this path is, when you really seeking that conscious mind and you really want that clarity, you just have to avoid certain things in your system. You literally have to be in a what I call born again, shall I say, because you have to start eating, thinking the way you are when you were 8 years old, when there was nothing in your system. And I think that stage of mindset is extremely difficult to get to. A lot of us are just not ready for it. So at this AA, I admire how they share so much, how they talk. But the thing is, the person that needs to hear this story the most is you, in your brain. Because in the Ifa way, we say your Ori. When you learn how to speak to your Ori, it is a different bargain. For me, walking away from everything, leaving the material things aside and seeking consciousness has been the best thing that I've ever done. It has elevated my spirit, and it has a different meaning for me now. It has a different meaning, and I was able to tap into my true self, shall I say. And I don't even know what to say anymore. But if you truly want to know who you are, I don't care. You could do able all you want, but if you haven't gone inside of you, the whole thing is just a waste of time. You have to go inside of you and seek. You could go to church, do whatever you want, but it all starts inside of you, because nobody can teach you about who you are. Nobody can, as a matter of fact, nobody can teach you about God. You have to go inside of you to truly find the meaning of who you are. And as far as you do certain things, that is obstacle to the body, because the mind is so unique. You can never ever find that consciousness. It's just absolutely impossible. You could act like it, but it's just not impossible. So today I'm going to say, look within yourself. Right to this circle right here, this brain right here is what it's all about. Right to yourself. And I've been saying this for many years now. Right to yourself. And the only reason why most people haven't written to themselves is because they are afraid to write down what controls them the most and say, okay, I want to give this up, please help me. And until you're ready to give up what is your addiction, write it down, you can never get over that addiction. And I want to say, you know what, I love you, gotta go. Consciousness is real, that energy is real, and I truly say yes, I live the happiest days of my life. I find that being inside of me. And I'm going to say I love you and one love.